a restaurant, hotel, do you think it's cheap or expensive? Or
We think it's very affordable.
Very affordable.
Yeah,
Oh,
for us from London, it's definitely.
Osaka is really cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But yeah, no, it's very affordable. Way more affordable than London.
I think so.
I found Tokyo more expensive, but in other places was cheaper.
Okay,
And cheaper than Australia. But yeah, I love it. Like it's a bit smaller than what we're used to. In the apartments and the hotels we're staying, but I could see myself living here one day just for a little while.
Food, drinks, we find cheaper.
Okay.
But hotels were kind of expensive. At least alcohol. We have a lot of tax on alcohol in Canada.
Do you think the quality of goods and service in Japan match the price you pay?
I'd say so. Quality of goods matching the price. So
we basically only eaten. We haven't actually bought. Yeah, we haven't bought any clothes yet.
No, we haven't really bought many
But
things.
if it,
How much it will cost? Like, let's say I'm gonna go have a dinner.
You're talking for a nice dinner, bottle of wine, a couple of drinks beforehand, it's going to be £60, £70 each.
Wow.
This is really good quality. Yeah.
Oh,
It's really good.
it's good.
It's good. Here it's really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad. How do you feel about the cost of living in Japan? I mean, you don't live in Japan, but it's a restaurant, hotel. Do you think it's cheap or expensive? Or
We think it's very affordable.
Very affordable.
Yeah, for us from London, it's definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so funny though because everyone told us it's really cheap and we've been digging out the most expensive places. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so in a way.
yeah. I mean, since you're in Shinjuku,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it's very good
Although
place.
gin and tonics are £3.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can't
exactly. You
complain.
cannot complain. And Osaka is really cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But yeah, no, it's very affordable. Way more affordable than London.
I think so. How much is your rent, if you don't mind?
In London,
So we are both homeowners. So when we did rent, it was expensive.
yeah,
It was definitely expensive
that was awful.
because there was a
Yeah.
rental boom
Oh,
where landlords were selling, and
Wow.
so there were more renters than there were houses to rent. So there were bidding wars on who could rent the house. So it just rent became
Yeah.
sky high. Rent's not good in London.
So it was like a real cost of living crisis, and still is. So
Yeah.
energy bills and all, your bills have gone up, skyrocketed, and then rent has gone up. So yeah, London is just a very extortionate place to live right now. But yeah, lucky enough to have our own flats and houses in London. So
Yeah.
I guess so. How much will be if let's say I'm gonna live in London? Then
Yeah.
how much it will be?
So if you had a one bed flat, sorry, your rent could be just under £2,000.
yeah,
Like a nice 1 bed flat in a nice area would be up just
probably
under
more
two.
than that.
Just under two. Yeah, you can
Nowadays,
also, and a 2 bed they can go
Wow.
up to £3,000.
Wow.
That's a
The
lot of
more
money.
rooms you add, it does drop the price. So if you have like a 5 bed, it could drop it. But I mean,
Well,
it's
not drop it. It just becomes cheaper. It's a shared cost between more people. Does that make sense?
Oh, it has to be
Um,
share
Yeah.
thing. Is it share house or
Yeah,
you
people
share?
do share housing. So
Okay.
I have a flatmate. You've had flatmates for a bit. So people do that in London. It's a cheaper option because, like Clem said, you can find a bigger house and say 4 or 5 bedrooms in there, and then everyone gets a cheaper.
Yeah.
But I think when the houses go bigger as well, it does tend to reduce. The one beds are more expensive
No, of
per
course.
pound per square foot.
Yeah, no, but still, if I wanted to live in
Yeah,
a
you can divide the. Sorry, we're not
Yeah.
talking.
it's okay.
you can divide
hear
the
Uh-huh.
cost between people.
room.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But the point is, the rental is not as expensive for a larger square foot house
Yeah.
than it would be for a 1 bed flat.
Yeah. Just
Comparatively speaking.
You've got to find flatmates in London, or else it's extortion.
Yeah.
I see. That's quite different.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a friend who live the shared house. We live on our own here,
Yeah.
so it's kind of very different.
Yeah.
It's also fun to live with your friends.
Yeah.
But it's not common here.
Yeah.
So, it's quite different. I see. Thank you so much. Okay, the next question. So do you think the quality of goods and service match the price you pay for?
What? Sorry.
Sorry, let me say. Do you think the quality of goods and service in Japan match the price you pay?
I'd say so.
Was
Quality of goods matching the price. So
Yeah,
like,
you
well,
guys
we
get the
basically only eaten.
food.
We haven't actually bought.
Yeah,
much.
we haven't bought any clothes yet.
No, we haven't
but-
really bought
Oh.
many
But
things.
if the way you guys dress is anything to go on,
yeah, and if we're going on food, definitely.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's-
definitely.
let's
But,
say-
we had to buy actual things because we are fully packed in our suitcases.
yeah.
we don't really have much
Mm.
Our
stuff.
suitcases are
Space
so
and stuff.
heavy. Yeah.
But yeah, going off just like what we can see, it definitely looks like it would be. We've been in a few shops. So.
I see. How much it will cost? Like, let's say I'm gonna go have a dinner like by myself. I'm gonna have like some quick, food.
In London?
How much it will be?
I'll do a dinner for if we went for dinner, for example.
horrendous.
Me and my boyfriend. You're talking for a nice dinner, bottle of wine, a couple of drinks beforehand. It's going to be £60-70 each.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what it
yeah,
sounds,
so yeah, it is. Obviously, it depends on
Where
some
you
people
go.
are more frugal than others.
Mhm.
It also
Yeah.
depends on where you go.
Mhm.
But to have like a nice evening, it could be 60
Yes.
to 70 each.
It can get really expensive, but you can, like Clem said, you can go to
frugal.
go to the more expensive, or
Mhm.
just go for Nando's. But even Nando's is expensive
Yeah, it
now.
is, it
yeah.
is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to earn a lot of money to
Yeah,
go to your
it is,
country.
it is.
Yeah. I see. Thank you so much. I mean, you don't live in Japan, but how do you feel about cost of living in Japan? Is it like kind of cheap or expensive, or like it's just alright?
I found Tokyo more expensive, but in other places was cheaper.
Okay, yeah,
and cheaper than Australia. But yeah, I love it. Like it's a bit smaller than what we're used to, size-wise, in the apartments and the hotels we're staying. But I could see myself living here one day, just for a little while. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
would love to live
You
in
can do
Japan.
that.
Like I love the spaces and the apartment life and everything. I think it's really cool. So would love to experience it on a longer-term basis.
I see. Yeah, I mean, so as I said, I used to live in Australia, and everything was kind of expensive compared to Japan.
Yeah.
Especially rent and food. I mean,
Yeah.
everything. So, do you think it's kind of cheap, like when you go to a restaurant?
I think it is,
Or-
depending on what type of food you go to. But yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Still, you'll find some restaurants are like not really cheap.
Yeah, so if you go anything like with Wagyu beef, that's going to be expensive.
Like a big
Yeah,
deal like that. Exactly.
Kobe beef there,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
expensive, yeah. But yeah, no, I
Generally,
find it quite cheap. Yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you so much. So, do you think the quality of service and goods, in Japan match the price you pay?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a little bit cheap sometimes because it's really good quality. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. That's great to hear. How do you feel about the cost of living in Japan? I mean, I know you guys don't live here, but did you feel like it's like cheap, expensive, or it's okay?
It's a mixed bag, so
Okay.
I think hotels are pretty pricey, right?
Oh, pretty pricey?
I'd say it's hard to answer that question because like cost of living is really like what relates to like the cost of things for like the salaries that go along with it.
True,
So
true,
because we
true.
don't live here, it's hard for
Yeah.
us to say like cost of living.
In general, food, drinks, we find cheaper,
Okay.
but hotels were kind of
No.
expensive.
Like compared to like your country, Canada, you still it's
Vancouver
kind of
is
expensive.
crazy expensive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Vancouver is more expensive, yeah.
So compared to your country, it's still cheaper, but still not like very reasonable. Like
But, you know,
Comparable.
comparable.
comparable, I see.
Yeah.
Maybe food, drink is
That is cheaper.
pretty.
I
Okay.
think that's a bit cheaper. Yeah. At least alcohol.
Oh,
We have a lot of tax
a lot
on
of say
alcohol
that.
in Canada.
Wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I see. Do you think the quality of like the service is match?
It's really good.
It's good.
it's good.
For you,
Here it's really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
Okay.